ready. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to every single one of you here this afternoon at the French Riviera in Nice. We are ready and set for ARES 28, the season opener of 2025. In just one day's time, ladies and gentlemen, fighters will get set to go head-to-head for ARES Fighting Championships. But right now here at the Radisson Blu in Nice, we are set for the ceremonial weigh-ins, and it's time to welcome our fighters. But before we do that, let's welcome a couple of guests onto the stage. First up, it gives me great pleasure to introduce ARES host and Fight Pass commentator, Mr. Simon Harding. And welcome Slam representative, Gemma Belcocha. And finally, please welcome Head of ARES Communications, Thomas Alieri. The team is here, the stage is set. It's time to welcome our fighters onto the scales. First up, in the middleweight division, please welcome Harold Animal Andrade. Making his professional debut from Colombia, the 35-year-old Animal steps onto the scales. Harold Animal Andrade steps off the scales, 84 kilograms even. And now welcome his opponent, Eli Musango Makongo. Eli Musango, the 29-year-old, steps off the scales. The Frenchman also making his debut and weighing officially at 84.3 kilograms. Fight fans watching on social media, ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of tomorrow evening, middleweight division matchup, Harold Animal Andrade and Eli Musango Makongo. We move now to the flyweight division. Please welcome Vitor Omito Oliveira. The 24-year-old Vitor Oliveira, fighting out of Brazil with a record of 1-0-0, steps off the scales at 57.2 kilograms. And now, welcome his opponent, Batsuk, made in Mongolia, Ubankaya. Beg your pardon, Batsuk Uganbaya, made in Mongolia, the 33-year-old steps on the scales with a professional record of 3 victories, no losses, no draws. And the Mongolian weighs in officially at 57.1 kilograms. Flyweight division matchup, Vitor Omito Oliveira and Batsuk, made in Mongolia, Uganbaya. Time now to introduce the first of our heavyweights to the scales. First up, all the way from England, please welcome Danny Hartwell. Danny Hartwell making his debut as a professional. The 30-year-old standing 191 centimeters tall. And he steps on the scales. And weighing officially at 107 kilograms even. And now, welcome his opponent, Zakaria Dem El Hana. Zakaria Dem El Hana, the 29-year-old standing 188 centimeters tall. The Moroccan Frenchman steps off the scales at 110.2 kilograms. The first heavyweight division matchup of 2025 here in ARES. Danny Hartwell and Zakaria Dem El Hana. Time now to welcome on stage in the welterweight division. First up, Suleiman Kaznoi. Suleiman Kaznoi, the 38-year-old, standing 178 centimeters tall, fighting out of France with a professional record of 1 victory, no losses or draws. Suleiman Kaznoi steps on the scales and weighing officially at 77.4 kilograms. And now, his opponent, please welcome Emanuele Clark Kent Sabatino. The Italian with 5-2-0 steps on the scales and weighing officially also at 77.4 kilograms. ARES 28 welterweight division matchup. Suleiman Kaznoi against Emanuele Clark Kent Sabatino. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we're live on UFC Fight Pass and Canal Plus tomorrow night, right here at the French Riviera in Nice. And we move now to the 5th matchup of ARES 28 in the featherweight division. Please welcome Abdoulaye Diamba Dion. The Senegalese making his debut as a professional and steps off the scales at 66.1 kilograms. And now his opponent, please welcome Gassen Jabalia. The Tunisian-born fighting out of France with a professional record of 3 victories, no losses or draws. He steps on the scales and weighing officially at 66 kilograms even. Locked, load, and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen, in the featherweight division. Abdoulaye Diamba Dion and Gassen Jabalia. It's time now to welcome the fighters in our main card of ARES 28 right here at the French Riviera. We are live once again tomorrow night on UFC Fight Pass and Canal Plus. And now, let's welcome first in the lightweight division, Danilo Quadrada Souza. Danilo Quadrada Souza, with a record of 10 victories, 1 loss, standing 181 centimeters tall, fighting out of Brazil, steps onto the scales. And Danilo weighing officially at 70.5 kilograms. Now his opponent, Yazid Juggernaut Shushan. That's it as a professional, 10 career victories with 5 losses. The Frenchman, standing 171, steps off the scales and weighed in officially at 70.8 kilograms. Lightweight division matchup, Danilo Quadrada Souza and Yazid Juggernaut Shushan. And now introducing in the heavyweight division. First up, please welcome Kenzo, the Headhunter Suarez. At 23 years old, standing 187 centimeters tall, Kenzo, with a record of 3-1-0, fighting out of France, steps off the scales at 110.6 kilograms. Now, his opponent, please welcome Sofiane El Toro Bukichu. Sofiane El Toro, at 191 centimeters tall, steps off the scales at 116.5 kilograms. Heavyweight division matchup, Kenzo, the Headhunter Suarez, and Sofiane El Toro Bukichu. Thank you, Che. Time now for a featherweight division matchup. Please welcome to the scales, Shamara Braga. The Brazilian, with a record of 4 victories, 3 losses, steps off the scales at 65.8 kilograms. And now, welcome her opponent, Lynn Lasso. Lynn Lasso, standing 175 centimeters tall, with a career 2 victories, no losses or draws, fighting out of France, steps off the scales at 66.2 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, in the featherweight division, Shamara Braga and Lynn Lasso. It's time now to introduce our first championships matchup right here on ARES Fighting Championships. This time, the interim heavyweight championships will be decided tomorrow evening. The first challenger, please welcome from Poland, Paweł Rozomak Biernat. Paweł Rozomak Biernat, at 196 centimeters tall, with a career 5 victories, 1 loss, steps on the scales and weighed in officially at 113.6 kilograms. And now, welcome his opponent, Xavier Lesso. The Cameroonian, with a career 4 victories, 2 losses, the second challenger for the interim heavyweight championships, steps on the scales and weighing officially at 101.5 kilograms. ARES Interim Heavyweight Championships on the line. Paweł Rozmak, Biernat, and Xavier Lesso. And it's time to introduce your co-main event of tomorrow evening for the vacant featherweight title. First up, fighting out of Wales, Josh O'Connor. Josh O'Connor, standing 178 centimeters tall, with a flawless 8 victories, steps on the scales and weighing officially at 65.3 kilograms. Welcome his opponent, the French-Moroccan, as is the magician Lally. As is 34 years of age, standing 179 centimeters tall, also flawless career, 2 victories. The second challenger for the featherweight title steps off the scales at 65.7 kilograms. Your co-main event, featherweight title on the line. Challenger number 1, Josh O'Connor, fighting out of Wales. And challenger number 2, as is the magician Lally, fighting out of France and Morocco. Now, it's time for your main event. ARES Lightweight Championship on the line. The challenger, please welcome Lucas Caio Lima. Lucas Arona Caio Lima, the 34-year-old with a career 12 victories, 5 losses, fighting out of Brazil, steps off the scales at 69.5 kilograms. And now, making his title defense for the 3rd time, your 2-time champion, ladies and gentlemen, from France, Axel Sola! Axel Sola with a career 8 victories, no losses, and a single draw. Standing 185 centimeters tall, fighting out of France, steps off the scales at 70.1 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an explosive main event. Lightweight championship on the line. The challenger, Lucas Arona Caio Lima from Brazil, and your 2-time defending champion, Axel Sola. That's been the ceremonial weigh-ins right here at the French Riviera in Nice for ARES 28, the season opener of 2025. In about 20 minutes time, get ready for the press conference. Stick around with us as there's more to come from ARES 28. I've been your host, Buddy Johnson, for the weigh-ins, and I'll see you next time.